Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going over Lowa's new ATR Trail Run series. Now, Lowa has been making footwear for over 100 years in the outdoor industry, mainly specializing in hiking, backpacking, climbing, and mountaineering. Now they have gotten into the trail run category. Now, Lowa has traditionally been using polyurethane for their midsoles, which is great for things like hiking, backpacking, and mountaineering, but doesn't work really as well for running because the impact is a much different type of impact when you're running versus hiking. Walking versus running, really. And so this is their first jump truly into that EVA midsole. And so they are sharing a lot of things in common. So first we're gonna go over what these shoes share in common, and then we're gonna go over what differentiates these shoes from top to bottom. So first off, these are using their Reptix Sport upper nylon mesh. So the Reptix Sport is the fabric of the upper that each one of these shoes is using. So you're getting great durability, breathability, and conformity to the foot. That way the shoe makes sure it is matching up to the shape of your foot as best as possible. Second is these are all using anatomically shaped heel and ankle cups in these shoes. That way, again, you're getting good conformity and uniformity to the individual user's foot here. Their third, they are sharing the Dyniva EVA midsole, which is proprietary to Lowa. They are also using a nice heel stabilizer built into each one of these shoes. Lastly, they are all using the Track Sport outsole rubber for their shoes. But that's really where the similarities end. So let's first get into the Cytux. The Cytux here is truly your fast and light trail runner. This is going to be for your training and race days. This is more of a minimalistic design. So one of the big things you're going to notice about the shoe is there's not a big amount of cushion between you and the trail. You are dealing with a 21.5 millimeter stack height with a 4 millimeter drop, dropping you down to 17.5. So you are much closer to the ground. This is using a dual EVA midsole. So you have your inner and your outer EVA. So the inner EVA is a little bit softer, more cushion, and that outer EVA is a little bit stiffer, giving you that stability. In there, you also have their carbon reinforced rebound plate. So that's gonna work good, not just as a rock plate and a foot protector, but also adds rebound to continue to propel you down the trail. As we move up from that Reptix Sport upper mesh is great. One of the things you'll notice about this shoe that's different from these two is that you don't have that traditional heavy foam rolled cushion around the heel and the ankle cup. It's a very thin and lightweight material. This is gonna be very different if you're coming from traditional running and trail running shoes. I haven't really seen this light of a material in any trail runner before. But don't let that deter you. It is still incredibly durable. This allows it to actually mold to your foot really well. So when your foot's really off camber, it's nice and soft and flexible and is not likely to really dig into your heel and your ankle bones in this shoe here. This is definitely going to be a low volume fit because it is designed for that high performance race day. Again, you're probably not likely to use this in your ultra distance marathons. This is definitely more for your shorter distance trail races. This also has a little bit of a deeper lug pattern at a 4.5 millimeter lug depth on their sticky track outsole. So you're going to get great traction while minimizing the weight. The other thing that these shoes do share in common is going to be the laser cutouts of the outsole there, again helping you reduce weight and increase your performance in the shoes. So that's the Lowa Cytux. We're going to go to the extreme opposite of the spectrum from the ATR series with Lowa, and we are getting into the Lowa Vortex. Now this is going from a more minimalistic approach to a more maximum cushion approach. So you have a lot more between you and the ground. So this is giving you a 32 millimeter stack height with a 6 millimeter drop. So you're getting that additional level of cushion between you and the ground. Now this is a single EVA midsole, and it does not have that carbon reinforced rebound plate in the shoe because there's so much between you and the ground. Adding that would be pretty unnecessary and would just add to the weight of the shoe. This also has a rocker inspired midsole and outsole, so it's going to be a little bit more flowy, again better for those longer distance runs. Moving on from that to this, it still has that Reptic Sport upper here, but you're going to find a much more cushion and padded heel and ankle area in the shoe. So with that in mind, it might take a little bit more to break in a shoe like this. This is also using Lowa's Track Ultra outsole. The difference here between these two shoes, it's actually using two different lug depths. So for traction on the flats and uphills, the lug depth is actually a 4mm lug depth, mostly on the outside of the front of the midsole. Now in the rear and down that center line for better downhill control and braking, it actually is a little bit deeper at a 4.5mm lug depth. This is also going to be a much higher volume shoe. So if you have a really narrow fit, this may not work for you. However, I have a C width, which is on the narrower side. This shoe kind of fits me like a glove. This one, however, still fits me really well. I do have to tie it down a little bit more, but it still actually works for me really well. So for those of you that are looking for a shoe that is better for a medium to high volume fit, this will be better for you. And now we get into the Amplux, which is taking these two shoes and combining it. So if you don't want a niche shoe and you want one shoe to kind of rule them all, the Amplux would probably be the best shoe for you. Now, the Amplux is using a triple density EVA midsole. So you have the softest EVA midsole down the middle embedded in the shoe. Then you have a slightly firmer EVA in the heel, and moving to the front of the foot, you have the densest of the three. However, they are all still on the softer side. And the advantage of that is you're getting that really soft midsole right underfoot. You're getting still great high impact in the heel while also giving you control and stability, and then you get great rebound in the front here with that. You're also coupling that with their carbon reinforced rebound plate in there. So you're still getting good rock protection, but it's also going to help continue to propel you forward. That is the big difference between this shoe and the other two, is that triple density setup with that carbon reinforced rebound plate. The upper here is, again, it's going to be more similar to the Foretux versus the Cytex, which is an extremely different setup here in that heel area of the Amplux upper. This is also using the Lowa Track Agility, still going with that 4.5mm lug depth, so you're getting really good grip in all conditions on all terrain without adding too much weight, so you still have those additional laser cutouts to reduce the weight when necessary. Again, this is going to be that medium volume fit, so you're going to be going from low, medium to high volume. So if you have a really wide foot, these two would be probably a better option for you. If you have a much narrower foot, you might consider, if you're not using them already, maybe an arch support will take up some of that room if you're already using those. If you do not use arch supports in your footwear, then you may want to try these out for fit. But again, like I said, they actually still fit me pretty well considering I'm a C width, but the Cytex definitely fits my foot the best out of box. So there you guys have it. If you're looking for a fast and light trail running shoe, whether you're using it for everyday running or races, definitely you want to consider the Lowa Cytex. If you are looking for that ultra distance shoe with maximum cushion but still reduced weight and great durability, definitely consider the Foretux from the Lowa ATR series. And if you are not looking for a niche shoe, you want one shoe to kind of rule them all, then you would want to consider the Amplux here between these three. Well guys, that is a quick and short comparison on the three Lowa ATR series shoes. If you want a further in-depth, please check out my reviews on each one of these shoes on my YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like, subscribe if you haven't already, join me on the trails, become my trail buddy, and let's get dirty together.